The judge asked my dad why he deserves custody. My dad said, "Because I'm his father." I said, "No, you're not." The man sitting across from me in the courtroom looked like a stranger because he was one. Gray suit, nervous hands, kept glancing at the judge like he was waiting for a grade. His lawyer called him Mr. Hampton. The judge called him the petitioner. I called him nothing because I hadn't spoken to him in 11 years. I was 3 when he left, 3 years old. I don't remember his voice. I don't remember his face. The only reason I recognized him today was the photo my mom kept in a shoebox under her bed. She never threw it away, even though she should have. Mom was gone now, 6 weeks in the ground, and Dennis Hampton had crawled out of whatever hole he'd been hiding in to file for emergency custody of a son he'd never raised. Uncle Douglas sat next to me. He'd been my actual family since the day Dennis disappeared, coached my little league team, helped me with homework, showed up to every school play, every parent-teacher conference, every moment Dennis missed. Now he was fighting to keep me, and Dennis was fighting to take me. The difference was, Uncle Douglas wanted me. Dennis wanted the $200,000 life insurance policy that came with me. Dennis spoke for 12 minutes. I counted. 12 minutes of rehearsed emotion and fake memories. He told the judge about my love of soccer. I've never played soccer in my life. I play baseball. He mentioned my dog, Buster. We've never owned a dog. Mom was allergic. He said he remembered the day I was born like it was yesterday. Then described a hospital that closed 3 years before I was born. His lawyer kept nodding like everything was landing. The judge was writing notes. Uncle Douglas's hand was shaking next to mine. Every lie that came out of Dennis's mouth made my chest tighter, but I stayed quiet, waited. Then his lawyer asked the big question. "Mr. Hampton, why do you believe you should have custody of your son?" Dennis looked right at me. First time he'd made eye contact all day. "Because I'm his father, and every boy needs his father." The judge turned to me. "Would you like to respond?" I looked at Dennis, then at the judge, then at the folder sitting in my uncle's lawyer's briefcase, the one I'd handed her that morning, the one nobody had opened yet. "Yes," I said, "I would." I stood up and looked at Dennis, not the judge, him. "You said every boy needs his father." "You're right, I did need one. Where were you?" He opened his mouth. Nothing came out. "I broke my arm when I was 7, fell off the monkey bars at recess. Uncle Douglas left work in the middle of a meeting to pick me up from school. Stayed with me at the hospital for 6 hours. Signed the cast first. Where were you?" Dennis looked at his lawyer. His lawyer looked at the table. "I had the flu so bad when I was 9 that I couldn't stop throwing up for 3 days. Mom was working doubles just to keep the lights on. Uncle Douglas moved into our apartment for a week. Slept on the couch. Made me soup. Watched cartoons with me until I fell asleep. Where were you?" My voice cracked, but I kept going. "Mom died 6 weeks ago. I sat in the hospital waiting room for 4 hours before they told me she was gone. Uncle Douglas held me while I cried until I couldn't breathe. He didn't let go. Not once." I pointed at Dennis. "You didn't even send flowers. You filed a custody petition 3 days after her funeral. 3 days." I walked to Uncle Douglas's lawyer and grabbed the folder, dropped it on the judge's bench. Birthday cards he never opened. Child support he never paid. A letter where he told my mom to stop contacting him because he didn't want to be involved. I stepped back. He doesn't want me. He wants $200,000. And if this court gives him custody, you're not giving a boy to his father. You're giving a check to a stranger. Custody granted to Uncle Douglas. Petition denied. Dennis left the courtroom without saying a word to me. 11 years of silence and he kept the streak going. That night, Uncle Douglas made my mom's spaghetti recipe. The one she only made on birthdays. We didn't talk much. Didn't need to. Before I went to bed, he stopped me in the hallway. "You didn't have to do that today. Stand up like that." "Yeah, I did." He pulled me into a hug. Held on for a while. "She picked the right person to raise you," he said. "Yeah," I said. "She did."